Hello, internet friends and family. It's me, Prepper Russ. And today I want to talk about EDC wallets, everyday carry wallet. You got them in your pocket all day long or in your purse, so why not stuff some survival gear into it? I'm going to show you what's in mine right now. I know you want me to jump right into the contents of a perfect EDC wallet, but I have to mention, I keep my wallet with me, my keychain, and my knife, so I call it the Trinity of EDC. So every time I leave the house, I got all three of these components on me, and I always do this pat-down check where I'm like, wallet, knife, keychain, good to go, because I know these are the three things I want on me all the time, no matter where I go. So with that said, and we're going to talk about these a little later, perfect EDC wallet, number one, it needs to be cowhide. It needs to be real leather, because pleather and vinyl and all that stuff, it breaks down so fast it doesn't last long at all. You want something that's durable, and I've had this thing for over 5 to 6 years, and look at it, it still looks basically brand new. The seams aren't breaking, nothing, right? So leather, second thing, I like a zipper on mine because I got a lot of stuff in here, and I don't want anything falling out. So yeah, just open it up. And it's also, I think it's stainless steel or brass or something, so it never gets rusted and all that. The next cool thing about it is it has the RFID blocking, built into the fabric. And if you're not sure what that is, RFID it's the use of radio waves between devices to transfer data, which almost all new credit cards and stuff and your debit card have these RFID chips built into them. And all somebody has to do is have these scanners, and they just have to get close to you. They don't have to touch you or nothing. They just come up behind you, and they're able to scan your chips and your credit card. So this blocks those waves from them being able to do that. One last thing I want to say about a wallet is don't store your wallet in your back pocket for two reasons. Number one, my chiropractor taught me that if you put your wallet in your back pocket, it raises one of your butt cheeks up and you're sitting like that, right? Cockeyed. And that actually hurts your lower spine, especially if you're sitting down a lot. But the other thing too is you put it in your front pocket, it's harder for pickpockets to steal it. The first thing in my EDC wallet is money. The biggest thing in my EDC wallet is my little tiny thin battery bank. Now this is the thinnest one I could find and get, and I've had it for 5 years or something. It works great. It still works great. So I will say you're not going to get much thinner than this, because these things are actually governed in their size by how big the cable input is. And they're not going to get much thinner than this, folks. I wish they could be the same size as a credit card, because I'd love to shove it right there. But nope, it's not going to. And I suggest you get one that has a cable attached, because that's another thing you don't have to put in here or put on your keychain. But anyhow, this pops out. It's the most used micro USB port, right? And then if your phone takes something else, I told you this was going to come up, that's when you attach it to your keychain, which you'll see right there. I got an adapter because my phone takes the C USB, but it's micro USB on the other side. So that's how I can charge my phone. One more thing about these little thin ones, this could only charge my Samsung Galaxy 10 halfway. But that's enough, right? Plus, if you got a flashlight or something, which I do, right? So I got other things on here that are USB chargeable. This will charge this enough to get me through, the day or the night or something. Next thing up, the most basic thing to put in your wallet, just a couple Band-Aids. These are good to have too, because how many times you go into a toilet and you got to go real bad and you don't even check the TP, and you're like, uh-oh, there's no TP. Guess what? You're fine. Over here, we'll see, and this is actually made to fit in your credit card section, which I love that. This is a lockpick set. I've used lockpicks a lot in my life because I've locked myself out of my house. And then, like, these things will work to open your basic locks, like a master lock or something, for emergency situations. And it has them all in there. It's stainless steel, and they pop right out. Next thing I got is reading glasses, because I got badder eyes as I get older. And these things are really awesome because they just pinch on your nose like that, and they're pretty much indestructible. I think they actually advertise these as, if you break them, we'll just send you a new set, which is cool. Over here we got, a P38. All right, which actually this is a P51. I like the bigger one. That's the only difference. A P51's a little bit bigger. But this is a can opener. And if you don't know what these are, they attach to like the can, and you just kind of go around them like that. Now, it's got a little bit of a sharp knife on it. Now, here's where I'm going to bring up the other stuff over here. If I happen to just lose my knife or something, at least I got a little secondary blade here for cutting. Now, let's talk about like almost first aid medications, all right? So here's what I do. There's a couple things I keep in my wallet, right? Number one, you'll see this is powder. So some pills and some, like supplements or whatever, you can crush. And I buy these little baggies and I just put them in there, right? This is glucose because I got type 2 diabetes. And sometimes if I have a blood sugar crash, I can just take it out real quick and empty it into my mouth, right? I'm good to go. I also have stuff in here for kind of like first aid for me and other people. Like aspirin, you can crush those up. And I also have some charcoal for in case I get like activated charcoal in case I get like food poisoning. Never do that with time released, like medication or anything that basically says like 24-hour relief and 9-hour relief. That's time release. And if you crush them up, you're getting a super dose of whatever that is, because those pills are designed to dissolve slowly over time, especially medication. You could get a little pill container for your keychain, and I recommend that more, right? So any of your medications or time-released pills, put them in here so they're safe and they'll never get crushed. There's one last thing, and probably one of the most important things in my opinion. Write down phone numbers. I'm not going to show you all the phone numbers for my friends and family and all that stuff. But make a list of all your friends and family's phone numbers, because trust me, nobody remembers phone numbers anymore. And if you're in a situation where your cell phone's dead, you're not going to be able to access those phone numbers to call people. Now, one thing I do recommend is get you one of these like notepads where you can write in the rain, right? So this is an all-weather notepad. This paper is made so if it ever gets wet or anything, the ink is not going to smear. And guess what? If you got like paper in your wallet and you get hot and it might get sweaty, it might smear it and all that. That's why I like using this paper to store phone numbers in my wallet. Let's talk about a couple things that I would put in here that I don't have in here because I'm familiar with these things, right? One is get you like a map of your city that goes to your bug out destination, so that in case your GPS is down or something like that, you'll be able to go take back roads and everything. So you only need like one page out of a map, right? You don't need a whole lot of space. You could print it out yourself and put it in here, right? Fold it up, put it in here. The other thing too is like maybe get you an EMT card or an emergency first aid card if you're not familiar with emergency procedures like CPR, what to do if someone's electrocuted and all that stuff. They make these cards and you can just put them in here. One other thing I wanted to talk about before we end the video is so a lot of people sell these like tool sets, like this picking tool set that have like tools in them, like little wrenches and little screwdrivers and all that stuff. The reason I don't store that is, number one, my wallet is pretty much stuffed with all this stuff, and I don't have room for it really. And I also have a better tool set on my keychain. So I bought this as a better version than those cards, because this thing has full size, full steel, screwdrivers on it. And it also has, I love this part too, and you're never going to get this on one of those cards, an actual pliers, and it cuts wire and stuff too. Yeah, so I'd rather have that than a little thin steel card with little tiny tools, because this is going to be able to do a lot more. And the very last thing I want to mention is some people are like, well, you need fire starters, so they put like a book of matches in here, which is fine, right? But I'm like, I want something better than a book of matches. So I bought this little tiny baby Zippo lighter. And in my opinion, this thing is a heck of a lot better because you actually get more strikes out of it. And it burns longer. I'm going to light it for you. Look at that. Wouldn't you rather have that than a book of matches? Because this thing will actually just burn for probably like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. So I just went through the grueling process of linking to each and every item in my EDC Wallet video below. I wanted to mention one more thing too. Me and my wife designed Bigfoot t-shirts. We create all of the art. We sell them on our website, which is 100% owned by us. Check it out. It's at bigfootshirts.com. Anyway, I'm Prepper Russ. I guess.